Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. RJO Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch. The 1999 season is on the air. Today's date is June 3rd, 99. We are at Veterans Stadium for an interesting National League matchup between the San Francisco Giants and the Philadelphia Phillies. The Giants come into this game a record of 28-26. They are 2 games above 500, and they only trail the Arizona Diamondbacks by a game and a half. The Philadelphia Phillies come into this game only 1 game under 500, 25-26. But they're pretty much far out right now. The Braves and the Mets are pretty much running away with the National League East right now. The Phillies, they are 9. And then, 9, 60 minus 9 is 7. So 9 plus 7. They're about 8 games back of the Mets for second place. So right now, that's how it stands with the Phillies. But who knows? It's still a very long season here. We're only just starting the month of June. Doug Hunt is first to join us here at Veterans Stadium. The Giants historically won this game 7-4. They had 11 hits and no errors. The Phillies had 5 hits and 1 error. And we'll see what Inside Pitch has to say tonight. Of course, we want to pay our respects to another Hall of Famer that fell in the baseball world. Rest in peace to Ryne Sandberg, dead at 65, cancer, 65 years old. That's just not good. So Rhino, of course, passed away yesterday. We lost one of the best second basemen ever. So I'm going to go ahead and real quick and do a 10-second moment of silence for Ryne Sandberg. Hall of Famer, absolutely, dead at 65. Thank you very much. Davo9 joins us here at Veterans Stadium. So it is time to play some baseball tonight, the Giants and the Phillies. And let's go ahead and let's get started. Starting pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies is Curt Schilling, Hall of Famer. No. Should he be in the Hall of Fame? Yeah. 15 wins, 6 losses, a 3.54 ERA in 99. Unfortunately, his mouth is keeping him from getting in. We are at Veterans Stadium. This was a neutral park in 99. 185 home runs hit there. Adds 1 to strikeouts, had 3 to walks. Pretty neutral for that year, actually. Even though 185 home runs is a lot. But remember, we are in the steroid era. So I guess considering that neutral, that's neutral for that season. 185 home runs, like back in the 1970s and the early 80s, that would be definitely a hitter's park. So it is all time and ready to get started. Let's go to the top of the first. Leading off for the Giants will be the center fielder, Marvin Bernard. 290 average, 16 homers, 64 RBIs, and 99. We're going to use powder blue, white, and red dice. Phillies are the home team. Phillies only 1 game under 500. They're about 9 games back of the Mets for second. They got a long way to go, but right now wins are still good. You never really know what might happen. So let's see what happens tonight. Schilling, 1-6, strikeout, 17 will miss. And Bernard, a 1-4, and that's a ground out to short. That'll be handled by Alex Arias. And he'll take it, turn it over, and throw to first. That'll bring up the third baseman, Bill Miller, 290 average, 2 homers, 36 RBIs. Schilling, 1-4, home run chance, the 12 is high. Miller, 3-3, and he powers one into left. That's a 20, no way. And that's going to stay up there. Left fielder Ron Gant is going to get to it. And he'll make the catch for out number 2. And now the first baseman, Charlie Hayes. He's at first base today. 205 average, 6 homers, and 48 RBIs. And I actually put the wrong stats there. He's at first base, right? 3-0. Make it better there. Sports Time Machine, Utah Mike joins us here at Veterans Stadium. Hate to say this there, STM, but Barry Bonds is not in the starting lineup for this game. Schilling, 2-4, strikeout, got him, and the inning is over. First strikeout for Schilling. He had 152 of them in 99, and the Giants will go 1-2-3. If I'm correct, I don't think Bonds is in the lineup at all. He's not even on the roster. I think Bonds was hurt. At this time of the year. Starting pitcher for the San Francisco Giants tonight is Shawn Estes. I felt he had a solid career. 11 wins, 11 losses, a 4.92 ERA in 99. He will get the call here tonight. Leading off for the Phillies, center fielder Doug Glanville. 325 average, 11 homers, 73 RBIs. That is an excellent season. Estes, 1-4, strikeout, 12 is high. Glanville, 4-4 against the lefty. He grounds it to second base. Handled easily by Jeff Kent. And he will throw to first. 1 out. Next batter is the right fielder, Kevin Sefcik. 278 average, a homer, 11 RBIs. Estes, 3-4, possible error. Sefcik, a 2-3, and against the lefty, that is going to be a single pass. That's going to be an infield single to second. That's picked up by Kent. Kent's error rating is a 5. That's an 18. He will not make a throwing error. He's going to eat it, and Sefcik is going to have an infield hit. So man on first. And now the third baseman, Kevin Jordan. 285 average, 4 homers, 51 RBIs that year. Infield is that double play. Jimmy Jam joins us here at Veterans Stadium. Nothing like playing on turf-covered concrete. Sefcik will stay put. Estes, 1-1, that's a blank. Jordan, 3-3, and that's a ground ball to third. 2-2-3. Second base, pivot Kent, -1. So a 1 or a 2 will be a double play, and they will get it. And that will retire the side. 5-4-3 double play. No runs and a hit for the Phils. No score after 1. We know we had a trade today between the Orioles and the Blue Jays, where literally, I forget what his name was. I think it was he actually, during a doubleheader between the Orioles and the Phillies, Orioles and the Blue Jays, he played for the Orioles in the first game, and he played for the Blue Jays in the second. That does happen, actually. That's very, very rare, but it does happen. Clark Garotz joins us here at Veterans Stadium. We go to the top of the second. Leading off for the Giants will be the second baseman, Jeff Kent. I put him in the Hall of the Very Good. 290 average, 23 homers, 101 RBIs in 99. Yes, Success G2 here at Veterans Stadium. Yes, Sir Anthony Dominguez. Schilling, 4-1, error on a throw. Kent, a 3-5, and against a righty, that's going to be an infield single to short. That's going to get picked up by Alex Arias. His error rating is a 3. That's a 7. He's not going to try to get Kent out anyway. And that is going to be an infield single as well. So an infield single for Kent. And now the right fielder, Ellis Burks. 282 average, 31 bombs, 96 RBIs. Kent on it first. Remember what was his name? Joel Youngblood? He played for, what was it? The Mets one game in the early day, and then he had to go play for Montreal later game. I think that was it, right? Joel Youngblood, I forget what year that was. I know in the 70s someplace. Strategy role for Kent. He had 13 steals, and he is staying put. Schilling, 4-5, strikeout, and got him. Called strike 3 on Burks. Second strikeout for Schilling. He should be in the Hall of Fame. I don't care what it said in his mouth, even though he made it. Here's the left fielder, Stan Javier. 285 average, 3 homers, 34 RBIs. Infield a double play depth, and Kent will stay put. Schilling, 4-3. That's a walk plus, and that is going to be ball 4. He will walk Javier. So ball 4 to him, and now runners at first and second. First walk given up by Schilling. He only had 44 of them in 99. And now the shortstop, Rich Aurelia, 281 average, 22 homers, 80 RBIs that season. Clay baseball fan joins us here at Veterans Stadium. Strategy roll, nothing on the 17. Schilling, 4-1, error on a throw. Aurelia, 1-4. And nope, that's going to be a fly ball to right field. And that is going to be caught by Kevin Sevcik. And that's going to be out number 2. Sevcik is an error rating of 0. So let's see what Kent does here. Base runner 3, hit to right a 0, and Sevcik a 0. On 1-3, Kent will get to third, and he will. And with Sevcik having an error rating of 0, I'm not even going to roll to see if there is an error on the throw because he's going to make no error. But there are 2 outs as Kent gets to third. So now 2 away. And here's the catcher, Scott Service, 273 average, 5 homers, 21 RBIs. Runners in the corners, 2 outs, top of the second. Strategy, nothing on the 8. Schilling, 4-6 against the righty. It's an automatic out, and it will be a ground out to third. Handled there easily by Jordan. Jordan is going to throw to first to get Service, and that will retire the side. No runs, a hit, and a walk. And we go to the bottom of the second. Giants are only a game and a half back of the Diamondbacks in the National League West. The Phillies are about 9 games back of the Mets for second. So Phillies got a long way to go here. Leading off for the Fightin' Phils, first baseman, Rico Brogna. That's a baseball name for you. 278 average, 24 homers, 102 RBIs, and 99. Estes, 1-2, strikeout, no. Brogna, 3-1, fly out, center field. Easy play for Bernard, and he'll make the play. Out number 1. And now the left fielder, Ron Gant, 260 average, 17 homers, 77 RBIs. Gant had a solid career. Estes, 3-4, possible error. Gant, 2-3. That's powered into left field. That's a 16. And against the lefty, that's going to be a triple. Gant's going to get it, and it goes to left field. Left fielder is Stan Javier. His error rating is a 4. And he's going to bobble it. That's going to go past him, and Gant is going to score. A Little League home run. That's going to be a triple and an E7. First error on the Giants. They did not have any errors historically. And that is going to be a Little League home run. And the Phillies take a 1-0 lead. Ron Gant gets credited for the triple. And then an E7 as Stan Javier misplays it and allows him to score. David Vega joins us here at Veterans Stadium. Here's the catcher, Mike Lieberthal, 300 average, 31 homers, 96 RBIs. That is a great year. That is a great year for any catcher. Estes, 1-5, strikeout. He'll get Lieberthal. First strikeout for Estes. He had 159 of them in 99. Yeah, stadium laughs. That was creepy. Here's the shortstop, Alex Arias, 303 average, 4 homers, 48 RBIs. That's a darn good season, too. Estes will pitch. Estes, 5-6, walk plus. Yep, that's ball 4. And he'll go ahead and walk Arias. First walk given up by Estes. He had 110 of them in 99. That's a bit much. And now the second baseman, David Doster. I don't know anything about him. 196 average, 3 homers, 10 RBIs. They only played about half the games for the Phillies that year. I don't know if it's Doster or Doster. Someone will have to tell me. Arias on at first, and he will stay put. Estes, 6-2, strikeout, got him, and the inning is over anyway. And that is the second strikeout for Estes. 1 run on 1 hit and 1 error and a walk. And the Phillies have a 1-0 lead after 2 on a Little League home run. On to the third. Leading off for the Giants will be the pitcher, Shawn Estes. Not a bad hitter, 164 average and 5 RBIs. Any pitcher with a batting average of 150 during the years when the pitcher batted, is actually in the National League really not bad. Schilling, 2-4, strikeout. He'll get Estes there, and that is the third strikeout for Curt. One down, here's Bernard, and Bernard is 0 for 1. Schilling will deal, and 5-6, that's at the park. Veterans Stadium, 1-5, ground out to short, easy play there for Arias. And over to first it goes. And now here's Miller. Miller is 0 for 1. Schilling, 5-5 against a switch left. That is a blank. Miller, 3-5. And against the righty, Miller keeps the inning going. He smacks that one into center field. That's going to go over everybody's head and bounce off the wall. Miller's going to have himself a 2-out, 2-bagger. It'll bring up Hayes. Hayes is 0 for 1. Duster, not much older than he played for the Phillies in 96. Went to Larry Bird's alma mater. Oh, interesting there. I love it when you guys in the chat. If I say there's a player that I really don't know much about, guys, tell me something. You guys are here in the chat. Make it interesting for me, too. I'm not just rolling dice and moving cards around on a board, Well, actually, that is what I'm doing, rolling dice and moving cards on a board. And you guys are watching me roll dice and move cards around a board. Get a life! Schilling, 1-5, range play at the park. Veterans Stadium, 4-3. That's a single plus to left field. Going after that is Gant. Gant wasn't too bad. His range is a 4, and he will not get it, though. That's going to be a single plus, which will automatically score Miller. Hayes is rounding first. Is going to try for second. Base runner 2, left fielder. Get a 0, a 1-2. Hayes will get to second base, and he will. And he's going to turn that into a double, and this game is tied. So Charlie Hayes comes in through with an RBI double. And he'll get the RBI, now tied at 1. And here comes Kent. Kent got a single his first time up. Some of us are trying to relieve simpler times as a 19 to 20-year-old. In 99. I don't know who needs more of a life, you guys or me. I'm still wondering about it. Anyway, still glad to have all you guys here. Strategy roll, nothing on the 10. Schilling, 5-3, possible error. Kent, 4-6, and that's going to be an infield single with a possible error on a throw. Shortstop is Arias. His error rating is a 3. That's a 15. He's not going to make a throwing error. So it's only going to be an infield single, and the batters will move one base. So Kent gets his second hit of the game. Hayes will go to third. And now a chance for Burks. Burks is 0 for 1. Schilling in some trouble here in the top of the third. Now tied at 1 between the Giants and the Phillies. Strategy, nothing on the 9. Schilling will pitch to Burks. Schilling, 5-3. Again, possible error. Burks, 4-5, and that again is going to be another infield single, this time to third, and that is Jordan. His error rating is a 12. That's an 18. He will not make a throwing error either, but Hayes will come in to score, kick to second, Burks to first, 2-1 Giants. Stadium groans. 2 quick outs and now 4 straight base hits. 2 of them infield singles. And now the batter is Javier. Javier walked his first time up. Still 2 outs, top of the third. But the G-men have now taken a 2-1 lead. Strategy roll, nothing on the 11. Schilling will pitch. Schilling, 4-4. That's at the park. Veterans Stadium, 6-1. That's a ground out to second. That'll be handled there by Doster. Doster's got it. And he'll throw it over to first to retire the side. 2 runs, 4 hits. And Schilling probably wondering, maybe I should have been out of this inning, but there were no errors, though. Just a few infield singles as nobody can get to him. We will go to the bottom of the third. Jeff Kett's son, Caden, was selected 103rd overall in the 2025 draft. Ugh. Thanks a lot, Tim. You just made me feel old. Another son of a player that I used to watch growing up. Even though in the 90s I was in my 20s, and such. Thanks a lot, man. You know, you don't help matters much. Bottom of the third, leading off for the Fighting Phils is the pitcher, Curt Schilling. Had 100 average and 3 RBIs that year. Schilling, Estes, 1-5, strikeout. Easily gets Schilling. Strikeout number 2 for Estes. Strikeout number 3, I should say, for Estes. 1 down. Thanks a lot, Tim. A lot of help you are. Do we have to talk about Brian Hayes being? No, we don't. Here's Glanville. Glanville's 0 for 1. Estes will go ahead and pitch. Estes, 1-2, strikeout, and that just missed. Glanville, 1-2, and it's a hard line out right to third. Pop right into Jordan's glove, and that's out number 2. And now Sefcik. Sefcik got a single his first time up. Estes will deal. And 6-6, strikeout, no. Sefcik, 2-4, and that's a fly to right. Easy play for Burks. And he will get it and retire the side. 1-2-3, go the Fighting Phils. 2-1 G-Men after 3. Yes, everybody in the chat. For those of you in the chat, just letting you know that Clee Baseball Fan is making us all feel old. We go to the top of the 4th. It's enough I got to deal with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. or Fernando Tatis Jr., or Chad Wallach or anything like that. Come on. Guys ain't helping. Top of the 4th inning, Rich Aurelio leads off for San Fran, and he's 0 for 1. 2-1 Giants. Pretty important game here in the National League. Giants trying to stay close to the Diamondbacks. Phillies trying to get back to 500 with a win today. Schilling, 4-1, error on a throw. Aurelia, 5-6, and nope, that's a fly out. Fly ball to right field, easy play for Sefcik, and that's an out. Service is next. Service is 0 for 1. Schilling will pitch. Schilling, 5-3, again with the errors. Geez, possible error. Service, 5-4. That's a grounder to second base. That ball is hit the dumpster. His error rating is a 2. I don't believe it. That's a 2. He's going to boot it away, and Service is safe. David Doster has an error rating of 2 at second base, and that is a 2. And he's going to make an error. That's going to be an E4. First error on the Phillies in the game. They did have an error in the game historically. So the infield will go to double play. And now the batter is Estes. Probably see the bunt. Corners are in expecting the bunt. And they're going to get the bunt. So bunt is on. Schilling, 1-1. Strikeout plus 10. That is a 4, and that's going to strike out Estes. That's going to be an out. And that will not be no chance at a bunt. And that is strikeout number 4. Strikeout plus 10 turns an 18 into 28. All right, and you divide that by 2 when you try to bunt. Still good enough. Estes goes down. Couldn't even get it. Really didn't get the ball. He probably bunted it foul, and that was it. So 2 down. Here's Bernard. Bernard is 0 for 2. Service. Not really a threat to do anything, and he won't. Schilling, 4-6 against the lefty, blank. Bernard, 5-4, and against the righty, it's a ground out. Ground out to second, easily played by Doster. This time, Doster will make the play and throw to first and retire the side. Actually, no, he's going to throw to shortstop, covering second, and that will actually retire the side. No runs, no hits. There was an error, but the Giants couldn't take advantage of it. We go to the bottom of the 4th. In this first game for the month of June here in the 99 season, Moving along so far. Long way to go. Here's Kevin Jordan. Jordan is 0 for 1. Estes will pitch. Estes, 4-1. It's a blank. Jordan, 2-1. Ground out to first, handled by Hayes. And Hayes will take it to the bag himself. Bronia's next. He's 0 for 1. Estes will deal. And 4-3. That's at the park. Veterans Stadium, 1-2. And a ground out to short, handled by Aurelia. And he'll take his time, toss it over for the second out. And now here's Gant. Gant scored a Little League home run, 1 for 1, a triple, and then scored on an error. A Little League home run for Ron Gant. Estes, 1-5, strikeout, 13 is high. Gant, 4-1, and against the lefty, it's a high fly ball to center field. But Bernard's going to have plenty of room in that. He will make the play. And 1-2-3 go the Phils. 2-1 after 4. We go to the 5th. Leading off for the Giants is Bill Miller. Miller got a double his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Schilling. And 5-1. Strikeout. Yes, he'll get him on that. And that will be the 5th K for Curt Schilling. Here's Hayes. Hayes is 1 for 2. Had a double his last time up. Schilling, 2-6. Error on a grounder. Hayes, 1-3. That is a ground ball. It's a ground ball to first. That ball is hit to Bronya. His error rating is a 3. That's a 17. Bronya's got it. Schilling will come on over. Bronya fires to Schilling to get the out. 2 down. And now Kent. Kent is 2 for 2 with 2 singles. John Haverly joins us here at Veterans Stadium. Schilling, 5-1, strikeout, 6, swing and a miss, strikeout, and the inning is over. 6 strikeout for Schilling, and 1-2-3 go the Giants. Bottom of the 5th coming up. Here's Mike Lieberthal. Lieberthal is 0 for 1. Estes will pitch. And 6-4. That is a blank. Lieberthal, 2-1. And a ground out to short. Easy play for Aurelia. They'll handle it and make it routine. 1 down. Here's Arias. Arias is walked his first time up. W. James Doyle joins us here at Veterans Stadium. I know a Jim Doyle. Is that the same guy, or is it different Mr. Doyle? And if it is, I know who Jim Doyle is. But a W. James Doyle, if it's your first time here, welcome to the network. Estes, 5-2, range play at the park. Veterans Stadium, 5-6. It's a grounder to first. That's again hit to Hayes. Hayes' range is a 3. He won't get it. That's going to get past him, and that is going to be a single. Arias will get the base hit, and they'll hold it first. Tough play for Hayes. He couldn't get there. Jim Doyle, same guy. Okay, well, you kind of messed me up there, W. James. Really. Arias on it first on the base hit. Next up is Doster. Doster 0 for 1. Arias had 2 steals, and he's not going to get one here. Estes, 3-4. Possible error. Doster, 5-3. That's a fly ball to right field. Going after that is Burks. His error rating is a 2. That's a 6. He'll make the catch. It's out number 2. And Arias stays at first. On a fly out to right. And now the batter is Schilling. Schilling struck out his first time up. 2 men out. 2-1 Giants. Interesting game here in the National League to start the month of June. Strategy roll for Arias. He stays put. Estes, 5-6. That's a walk plus 10. And he's going to walk Schilling. Estes walks Schilling. So that's a bad move there when it walks the pitcher. And Schilling draws a walk. He actually did have some walks in 99. And Curt Schilling will draw the walk. So runners at first and second now for Glanville. Glanville's 0 for 2. 2 outs here. Strategy, nothing there. Estes, 5-1. Wild pitch, yes. Estes throws one way over the catcher, and the runners will move up. First wild pitch for Estes, and now runners at second and third with 2 outs. And immediately Scott Service goes to talk to Estes, says, settle down, man, settle down. We know you walked the pitcher, just settle down. Re-roll the strategy, nothing happening. Estes, 2-1, strikeout, no. Glanville, 5-1, and they'll get out of it. That's a ground out to second base. That'll be handled by Kent. Kent takes it, throws to first, and retires a side. No runs, 1 hit, a walk, and a wild pitch. But the Phillies are unable to bring anybody in. 2-1 Giants after 5. We go to the 6th. Ellis Burks leads off for the Giants. He is 1 for 2 with a single. Schilling still got plenty left in the tank. Schilling, 4-6 against the righty. It is an automatic out, and it will be a fly to right. Easy play for Sefcik. And that is out number 1. Next batter is Javier. Javier 0 for 1 with a walk. Schilling, 1-2, range play. Javier, 6-5, single to center, range play for Doug Glanville. His range was a 3, and it's going to just drop in there. He's not going to be able to make a play. Javier is going to get a base hit. Glanville couldn't get to it. A base hit for Javier. And now Aurelia. Aurelia's 0 for 2. Infield set for double play. Strategy on the 10. Javier stays put. Schilling, 3-2 against the righty. It's an automatic out. And that's going to be a ground out to short. Let's see if they turn it. 2-2-3. Second base, pivot Doster, a 0, a 1-3. It's a double play. They'll get it. Side retired. 6-4-3 double play. No runs and a hit for the G-men. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. Kevin Sefcik leads off for the Phillies. He's 1 for 2 with a single. 2-1 Giants. Bottom of the 6th inning. First game for the month of June in the 99 season. Estes, 4-1. It's a blank. Sefcik, 2-3. And against the lefty, he gets a base hit. That's going to be hit past second. And that's his second hit of the game. It'll bring up Jordan. Jordan is 0 for 2. Infield a double play. Sefcik had 9 steals, and he gets none here. Estes, 6-4. It's a blank. Jordan, 3-6, and it's a fly out to center. Easy play for Bernard. He'll come in a little bit and wait for it and get it. 1 out. Here's Bronya. Bronya's 0 for 2. And nothing happened. That's a 4. Actually, would almost get the steal sign. Bronya gets the hit and run. He ain't going to do that. Bronya hits very home, has power against lefties. Estes, 6-3 against the lefty. It's a blank. Bronya, 1-4, and that's a ground out to short. Let's see if they turn it. 3-3-4. Second base, pivot Kent -1. 1-3, it's a double play. And they'll get it, and that will retire the side. 6-4-3 double play. No runs and a hit for the Phillies. Still 2-1 Giants after 6. Combined ERA of these pitchers is 8.4, and we only have 3 runs in this game so far. We go to the top of the 7th. Scott Service leads off for the Giants. He's 0 for 2, but reached on an error his last time up. Pitch from Schilling. 3-6. Strikeout. Got him. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that is the 7th K for Schilling. 1 down. Estes is the next batter. Are they going to let him pitch? The answer is yeah. He's got 7 batters left. This is 1999, not 2025. They're going to let Estes bat here. If there was a runner on base, I might have taken him out. But Estes is actually doing a heck of a job. He's only giving up 1 run on 4 hits. Schilling, 6-1. That's a blank. Estes, 2-5. And he's a base hit to left field. Wow. Letting Estes bat. He gets a single to the left field. You just don't see managing like this on that other channel with the fluffy cat. Base hit for Shawn Estes, and he says, DH? I don't need no stinking DH. Top of the order, here's Bernard. Bernard is 0 for 3. Infield double play. Let's see, Estes really not a threat to do anything at first, and he won't. Schilling, 1-3, strikeout. That's high. Bernard, 5-1, base hit. Bernard hits a single to left. Let's see, Estes base runner 3, single to left, -3, not a chance. Estes will hold at second base. So now runners at first and second. Bernard gets his first hit of the ball game, and he'll now bring up Miller. Miller 1 for 3 with a double. And let's see what they want to do here. Runners at first and second, strategy, and nothing on the 13. Estes on at second, Bernard on at first. Giants have a big threat here. He is not on the bench. Bonds is not in the roster. I think he was hurt at this time. I think he was hurt. He is not on the roster. He is not on the roster for this game. Schilling, 6-1. That's a blank. Miller, 6-2, and it's a fly out to right. And that's going to be grabbed by Sefcik for out number 2. Estes, base runner 3, got good speed. Base runner 3 hit the right is 0. Sefcik is 0. A 1-3, Estes will take third. And he won't. He'll stay where he is. There are now 2 outs. And here comes Hayes. Hayes is 1 for 3 with a double. And now 2 outs here in the top of the 7. 2-1. Good pitchers duel so far. Strategy roll and nothing on the 15. Schilling will pitch. Schilling 2-4. Strikeout 15 is high. Hayes 3-6, and it's a fly ball to center field. And Doug Glanville is going to get to that. He'll make the catch and retire the side. No runs, 2 hits for the G-men. In a close matchup between 2 teams. One team trying to get back to 500, the other team trying to stay with the Diamondbacks. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. Don't forget, we got a 10-minute ticker coming up after tonight's game. Tomorrow night will be June 6th, 99. And, of course, in the old days, of course, right now and today, interleague play happens, every day right now. There's always some interleague games going on. But during those times, interleague play was usually scheduled for everybody at the same time, minus a couple of teams. We got interleague play coming up tomorrow night. And, of course, what should be the first interleague game on the 99 season? We already know what game that's going to be. We're going to be at Yankee Stadium as the New York Mets will take on the New York Yankees. Al Leiter will be going for the Mets, and Roger Clemens will be going for the Yankees. And yes, Mike Piazza is in the Met lineup. So Leiter and Clemens, interleague play. We got a couple of interleague games coming up. Mets and the Yankees, Leiter and Clemens. And that is tomorrow night on the network. If you guys miss a Mets-Yankees game for interleague play here in 99, you guys don't deserve to be a member of the network. We go to the bottom of the seventh here. Giants lead 2-1. Shawn Estes has got lots in the tank yet. Ron Gant leads off for the Phillies. He's 1 for 2 with a triple scored on an error. East Coast bias. Of course. What is there any other coast, Jim Doyle? Is there any other coast? Estes will pitch. Estes 3-6. Strikeout, no. Gant, a 5-4, and that's ground out to second base. Easy play for Kent. And Kent will get that, toss it over for out number 1. Next batter is Lieberthal. Lieberthal is 0 for 2. Take out the shovels. Estes will pitch. Estes 1-3 strikeout. That misses. Lieberthal 2-1, and that's a ground out to short again. Actually, ground out to short this time, I should say. That's handled by Aurelia. Laying over to first it goes. 2 down. 2 away. Here comes Arias. Arias 1 for 1, a single and a walk. As it sends some rigging afoot. It wouldn't be, of course, rigging in a Met game. Estes 4-1. It's a blank. And there goes my die all the way there. Get over here. Let's try this again. Estes, we said it was a blank. I think there was a blank, right? So Estes was a blank. Arias 2-3. That's a ground out to second. That'll be handled by Kent. A very easy inning for Shawn Estes. 1-2-3 go the Phillies. 2-1 Giants after 7. The Giants historically won this game 7-4. So not as many runs so far. We still got a couple of innings left to go. Go to the top of the 8th. Curt Schilling can pitch to one more batter before he tires. He is due to bat second. And they're going to let him pitch. And he's going to deal with Jeff Kent. Kent is 2 for 3, 2 singles. Giants here lead 2-1, top of the 8th inning. Schilling, 1-1, strikeout plus, swing and a miss, struck him out. And that is strikeout number 8 for Schilling. But he is now tired. And now here comes Burks. Burks is 1 for 3 with a single. Kent Hall of Famer, no. I put Kent in the Hall. I put Kent in the Hall of the Very Good. I put Kent in the Hall of the Very Good. Hall of Fame, I'm gonna say no. Maybe close, but I definitely have him in the Hall of the Very Good. Schilling, 5-1, strikeout 15, no. Burks, a 4-6, and against the righty, it's a ground out to third base. And that'll get taken care of by Jordan. Jordan throws it over, 2 down. And now Javier. Javier is 1 for 2, a single and a walk. Did anybody watch a little bit of Ichiro's speech at the Hall of Fame? That was great. That was great. And once again, rest in peace to Rhino. Dead at 65 of cancer. That's just not right. Schilling, 1-2, range play. Javier, 1-6. That's a grounder right back to Schilling. Schilling's range was a 3, and he's got it. Nice play by Curt. Jumps up off the mound, throws to first, and gets the in, and that retires the side. 1-2-3. Go the Giants. Still 2-1. Going to the bottom of the 8th. Ichiro burned the Marlins. Yeah, he did. He burned the Marlins. He did. I know he did. He did burn the Marlins, but that's fine. That's okay. You know what? He should. I agree with Jim. A man should say what he thinks, and Ichiro definitely earned, his right to say what he needed to say at that moment. I have no problem with that. I really don't. I really don't. I have no problem. And yes, Ichiro Suzuki is still the greatest Japanese player in baseball history. And for those of you who want to say Shohei Ohtani is, Ohtani has a long way to go before I give him that title, if he even gets it. If he even gets it. So I'm not gonna give, but definitely Ichiro, definitely greatest Japanese player in baseball history. I don't think any of you guys have a problem with that, and should have gotten 100% of the vote. Still think that guy, whoever didn't vote for him, should have been just removed, should not vote again. Where are we? Bottom of the eighth? Looks like David Doster. David Doster is going to lead off. He's got a 196 average. May see a pinch hitter for him. Doster's at second base, and they're going to bring in a pinch hitter. Doster coming out of the game and coming on to pinch hit and take over at second is going to be Marlon Anderson. 252 average, 5 homers, 54 RBI. So Doster coming out, and Anderson going to take over at second. A little worse, but has better offensive punch. He's a 3.60. So Marlon Anderson will go up lefty versus lefty, and Anderson hits lefties better. If Ohtani keeps it up, he'll be up there with Ichiro easy. Oh, I agree. I agree, but he's got a long way. He's got a long way to go. Long way to go. Estes still has to pitch to 4 more batters before he tires. Estes is strong. He has done a great job against the Phillies. We'll see if it lasts. Estes, 2-5. It's a blank. Anderson, 4-2. Base hit past second. And Anderson will get a single. Once again, great managing here on RJL Network. You just don't see managing like that on the other channel. Now Schilling coming out of the game. He is done. We'll see a pinch hitter for him. And the Phillies will go to the bench. And although I know he doesn't really have the hits, you know what? I'm going to bring him in anyway. Coming on to bat for the Phillies is going to be Bobby Abreu. 335 average, 20 bombs, 93 RBIs, and 99. So Bobby Abreu will go up against Estes, and he actually hits lefties better. Oh no, I love cats. I don't have the note. If I had a cat, I would definitely have a cat. That's the one thing that other channel has. He has the fluffy cat. There's nothing I can do against the fluffy cat. The fluffy cat wins all the time. Here's the double play. Anderson on it first. Strategy, nothing on the 17. Anderson stays put. Estes will deal. Estes, 3-6, strikeout 11, and got him. Big K. That's a big strikeout for Estes. That is his third. Third K to get Abreu. And now the top of the order, here's Glanville. Glanville's 0 for 3. Still now 1 out here. Bottom of the 8, 2-1. Strategy roll. And nothing on the 10. Estes will go ahead and deal. Estes, 2-2. Home run chance. 16 is high. Glanville, 6-5. Hits a ground out to short. 2-2-3. Second base pivoter, really a -1. A 1-2. It's a double play. No. Anderson, good speed. He'll get to second base. The throw's going to go to first. That's the only play he had. That's out number 2. Anderson now at second on the ground out to short. And now the batter is Sefcik, and he will bat. Sefcik is 2 for 3 with 2 singles. But 2 outs, bottom of the 8. Giants lead 2-1 in a low-scoring game here at the Vet. Strategy rolls are still on. Nothing on the 13. Estes, he will be tired after Sefcik. Estes will deal. Estes, 1-4, strikeout 5. Cold strike 3 on Sefcik. He can't believe it. The inning is over. Against the lefty, Sefcik, 4 + 1 is a 5. That is a 5. Right down the middle. He cannot believe it. Strikeout number 4 for Estes. And the inning is over. No runs and a hit for the Phillies. And it is 2-1 after 8. What a job by Shawn Estes. 4.92 ERA, and he is pitching like Juan Marichal. pitching like Juan Marshall. We go to the top of the ninth. Rich Aurelia leads off for the Giants. He is 0 for 3. Phillies need a pitcher, and they got some righties coming up. So coming on to pitch for the Phillies, they're going to go with Steve Montgomery. 1 win, 5 losses, 3 saves, a 3.34 ERA. So Montgomery coming on to pitch. Schilling leaves with the L. And we'll see what happens here. So Steve Montgomery coming on to pitch. And he'll go up against Aurelia. Top of the ninth, 2-1. Montgomery, 1-5. That is an automatic out. And it will be a fly to center field. Easy play for Glanville. And that is out number 1. Next up is Service. Service is 0 for 3, but reached on an error. Montgomery, 5-4 against the righty. Walk. No, 14 is too high. Service, 3-2, base hit. Service will get a single into center field. A very big insurance run is on first. We'll see a pinch hitter for Estes as he is done. He did his job. And the Giants will go to the bench. And they're going to go with... Coming on to pinch hit for the Giants is going to be JT Snow. 274 average, 24 homers, 98 RBIs. JT Snow. This guy was a masher. This guy mashed. Service on at first, 1 out. Infield is at double play. JT, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. 1 for 3. JT Snow was a masher. Service will at strategy roll first, and Service stays put. Montgomery will pitch. Montgomery, 5-4 against the lefty. It's an automatic out, and it will be a fly out to center field. It will be an easy play for Glanville. Makes the play, 2 outs. Montgomery's done well so far. And gets Snow. And now Bernard. Bernard is 1 for 4 with a single. 2 men down. Service on at first. Fans here at Veteran Stadium hoping Montgomery keeps it the way it is. Nothing on the strap. Montgomery, 6-2. Strikeout 14. That just missed. Bernard, 5-1. Base hit into left field. Service a base running rating of 2 with 2 outs. No chance. They'll have to hold at second base. Not with that -3 in left. So he's gonna move him over to 1 spot, and that is it. That does bring up another batter for Bill Miller. Miller 1 for 4 with a double. Montgomery can't get out, trying to get out of the inning. 2-1 Giants, a very big insurance run on second base. Fans here at the vet, hoping for a good pitch. Strategy, nothing on the 8. Montgomery deals. 2-6, strikeout 6, and swing and a miss. Strikeout, and the inning is over. What a job by Montgomery. Gets it done. No runs, 2 hits for the Giants. And we go to the bottom of the 9th. But will we see some 9th inning magic? The heart of the order for the Phillies, Kevin Jordan leads off. Giants go into the bullpen, and they've got to bring out their closer. And that, of course, is going to be this guy, Robbie Nen. 3 wins, 8 losses, 37 saves, a 3.98 ERA. Nen going to try to go ahead and close the deal for the G-Men, or I should say Florida Marlins world champion, Robbie Nen, from 97. Robbie Nen. I remember watching the 97 series against Atlanta, and Bob Costas was watching Robbie Nen pitch against the Braves, and he said, Robbie Nen is throwing some high-octane gas. Robbie Nen, yeah, 398 a bit high. Well, he's the closer with 37 saves. This is who you go to. He can pitch to 4. Kevin Jordan leads off, bottom of the 9th, 2-1. Nen, 4-1, range play. Jordan, 4-4. It's a fly ball to left field. Going after that is Stan Javier. His range is a 3. And he's got it. 1 out. What a play by Javier. Boy, they needed him to make that play, and he does. 1 down. And now Bronya 0 for 3. Nen trying to get a save. 1 out, bottom of the 9th. Nen will pitch. Nen, 4-5, strikeout 2, swing and a miss, struck him out. 2 down. Nen had 77 strikeouts in 99. And the last chance for the Phillies will be Ron Gant. Gant, 1 for 3, got a Little League home run, a triple, and then an error in the outfield allowed him to score. Nen on it for Nen will pitch to Gant. 2 outs. Fans here at the vet, hoping that Gant can come through with another kind of hit like that. Nen settles it in there. The fans are loud. Nen will pitch. Nen, 3-2, error on a throw. Gant, 4-6, and it's going to be a fly ball to left field. Going over there is Stan Javier. He'll take a couple of steps backward, puts out his glove, blop, and the ball falls into it. That's your game. Giants will go ahead and beat the Phillies tonight in a pitcher's duel, 2-1. Stadium groans. Nothing across for the Phillies as the Giants will get the win today, 2-1. And a big win here at the vet to start the month of June. So they'll definitely take the win. And the Giants will go to 29-26. And the Phillies now drop to 25-27. Final line score coming up. For the Giants, 2 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error. For the Phillies, 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error. The winning pitcher is Shawn Estes. Did a great job. He gets the win. Curt Schilling takes a very tough loss. Robbie Nen does pick up the save. So a victory here for the Giants, and they will take it definitely. We're not done. 10-minute ticker is next. That was a good game to start the month of June off. Inside pitch. Still the most exciting tabletop baseball game you can play. You really never know. It is now time for the 10-minute ticker, brought to you by FastScore Baseball. So the Giants will take a 2-1 win over the Phillies. Let's see how the rest of the majors does as we start our month of June. June 3rd, White Sox and the Blue Jays. White Sox, 9-51, that is 6. Blue Jays, 16-31, that is 5. Okay, really? 9-50, yep, that's going to be 5. That's a win for the White Sox. Padres and the Cubs. Padres, 8-44, and that is 5. Cubs, 8-45, and that is 5. And they are going to extras. Padres roll a 6, plus 1 is 7. Cubs roll a 1, plus 3 is 4. Not enough. That will be a win for the Friars. Cardinals and the Marlins. Cardinals, 7-34, that is 4. Marlins, 5-36, that is 4. And they're going to extras as well. Sometimes I wonder if I should just get a new dice tower. Cardinals roll a 5. Minus 1 is 4. Marlins roll a 4. Plus 1 is 5. That's going to be a win for the Fish and extras. Astros at Milwaukee. Astros 931, that is 4. Brewers 613, and that is 1. The Astros are the best team right now in the replay. On to June 4th. Interleague play. Philadelphia at Baltimore. Phillies 1126, and that is 4. Orioles 1241, that is 5. A win for the O's. Atlanta at the Red Sox. Braves 135, that is 3. Red Sox 643, and that is 4. And the Red Sox will get the win. Pirates at the White Sox. Pirates 932, that's 4. White Sox 626, that is 3. Raise the Jolly Roger. Cubs and the Indians. Cubs 646, that is 5. Indians 1756, and that's 9. A win for the Tribe. Cardinals at the Tigers. Cardinals 1124, and that is 4. Tigers 1166, that's 11. A win for the Cats. Astros and the Twins. SV says he loves inside pitch. Thank you very much, sir. And I'm very honored that you would say that. Welcome to the network. Astros 915, although you've been a member so far. That is 2. Twins minus 236, and that is 2. They're going to extras. Astros roll a 2 minus 1. Twins roll a 6 plus 0. That's going to be a win for the Twins. Mets and the Yankees. Can my Mets get a win? Mets 651, and that is 5. Yankees 864, and that is 8. And the Yankees take the first one. Marlins and the Rays. Marlins 741, and that is 4. Devil Rays 1026, and that is also 4. And they're going to extras. Let's see here. The Marlins roll a 6, plus 1 is 7. Devil Rays roll a 4, plus 1 is 5. That'll be a win for the Fish. I should say the Devil Rays, well, they're not exactly, I don't know, they're mammals. I think they're mammals, aren't they? I'm not even sure. They are fish. Whatever. One side of Fish wins. Expos and the Blue Jays, the Battle of Canada. Expos 865, that is 9. Blue Jays 1142, and that's 5. A win for the Expos. Rangers and the Diamondbacks. Rangers 316, that is 1. Diamondbacks 1954, and that is 9. A win for them. Brewers and the Rockies. Brewers 1652, and that is 8. Rockies 1955, that is 9. The Rockies will get the win. Anaheim and the Dodgers. Angels 042, that's 3. Dodgers 551, that is 5, and the Dodgers will get the win. Mariners and the Padres. Mariners 743, 5 runs. Padres 1644, 7 runs, and they'll win that one. Athletics and the Giants. Oakland 1236, that is 5. Giants 1152, that is 7, and the Giants will win that one. On to June 5th, Philadelphia at Baltimore. Phillies 1126, that's 4. Orioles 1116, and that is 3. A win for the Phillies. Braves and the Red Sox. Braves 1164, and that's 9. Red Sox 533 and 3. Win for the Bravos. Pirates and the White Sox. Pirates 1051, and that is 6. White Sox 661, that is 6. And they're going to go into extras. Pirates roll a 5, minus 1 is 4. White Sox roll a 6, plus 2 is 8. And they will win the extra innings. Cubs and the Indians. Cubs 1311, that's 1. Indians 1342, and that's 6. A win for the Tribe. Cardinals and the Tigers. Cardinals 1032, 4 runs. Tigers 542 and 4 runs, and they're going to extras. Both teams roll a 3. St. Louis is a -1. Detroit's a +1. That will be a victory for the Tigers. Cincinnati and the Royals in a doubleheader. Reds 10-11, that is 0. Royals 5-26, and that's 3. They take the first. Reds 11-45, and that is 6. Royals 12-41, and that is 5, and they will split the twin bill. Astros and the Twins. Astros 15-33, 5 runs. Twins 4-51, and that is also 5 runs, and they're going to extras. Lots of extra inning games tonight. Both teams roll a 5. Houston's a -1. Minnesota is a 0, is a ±0. That will be a victory for the Twins in extras. Mets and the Yankees. We have these two tomorrow night. Can my Mets get a win? Mets 8. Don't think so. Mets 835, and that is 4. Yankees 754, and that is 6. And the Met and the Yankees have already won the series. Marlins at Tampa Bay. Marlins 1021, that is 3. Devil Rays 1163, that is 9, a win for them. Expos and the Blue Jays. Montreal 1231 and 4. Toronto 1356, and that is 8, a win for the Jays. Texas at the Diamondbacks. Rangers 1065, that is 10. Diamondbacks 1766, that's 13. The Diamondbacks will win it. Milwaukee at the Rockies. Brewers 1736, that's 6. Rockies 1113, and that is 2, a win for the Brew Crew. Angels and the Dodgers. Angels 744, and that is 5. Dodgers 1336, and that's 6, a win for the Dodgers. Mariners and the Padres. Mariners 861, 7 runs. Friars 534 and 3 runs. And the M's will get the win. Oakland at San Francisco. Athletics 1263, and that's 9. Giants 1116, and that is 3. And that's a win for the A's. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. We are in interleague play, and there is no other way to start interleague play with the biggest interleague series of all time. The New York Mets take on the New York Yankees tomorrow night. Al Leiter will be going for the Mets. Roger Clemens goes for the Yankees. As we get some interleague games in here right now, that'll be tomorrow night. Mets, Yankees at Yankee Stadium. Be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out the turnstiles. Subscribe if you're not done so. Make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. The San Francisco Giants knock out the Fighting Phils. They win it tonight in a low-scoring matchup, 2-1. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.